Batman, on a level, you could be the greatest individual in football history.
We are back with another video. Manchester United 2, Tottenham 0. Wow, man. Wow. We'll get onto the game. But before we get started, make sure you guys like the video, comment your thoughts on the game, subscribe to the channel. But listen, let's get started because that game was our best performance this season. And I think I want to start with this man first. His name's in the title, Bruno Fernandes. Because I know Bruno's got a lot of criticism over the last couple of weeks, but he was the key to our success today, my ass. Everything we did good came through Bruno Fernandes. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear it. But that performance, listen, 1 and 2 passes in the first half, over here, under here. But the rest of his game was sensational. The intensity that he was pressing at, his leadership, because there was a point in the first half, I looked at him, he was telling Dalot to come across. On the ball, he kept it relatively tidy today. He ended the game with over 90% pass accuracy. Like, if you're like, you don't judge Bruno Fernandes by his pass accuracy a lot of the time, and he kept the ball relatively well. 9 out of 10 long balls completed. He was switching their play incredibly well, and I just think he was the catalyst kind of thing. Like that, it sounds mad because, listen, he only got his goal, which was a sensational finish, by the way, but I don't really care about the goal for Bruno Fernandes. That rest of his performance, he needs to keep these levels because that performance, the third man runs, linking up with everyone, the defensive work rate. Oh my days. I beg Bruno keeps this up because that performance was one of the best number 10 performances Bruno's put in since coming into the club. That's the best Bruno I've seen in a very long time. And he deserves every single bit of praise today because I've already seen Twitter a bit of negativity about Bruno. Listen, you lot are haters. If you don't think that Bruno Fernandes' performance was good, you lot are full on haters. But listen, sensational from Bruno today. I am so happy. The next person, listen, you see Fred today, that was Fredemption. I criticized him a lot against Newcastle. I thought he was shocking against Newcastle, but this is it. That performance from Fred, you could argue Fred was man of the match. He was probably top 3 contenders because the robustness in midfield, the ball winning capabilities on the ball, I thought he's relatively good. I thought he made a couple decent passes. The one to Rashford in the first half where Rashford missed. That was so much better from Fred. And it's so frustrating because you just don't know what Fred is going to turn up. You don't know. But that performance from Fred, so nice in there with Casemiro. Like that, listen, I've always said I got doubts if that pivot's ever going to work in the Premier League on a consistent basis. But today, Eric Ten Hag, because I'll be honest, going into the game, I was like, I think you should probably play Scott McTominay instead of Fred. But listen, I hold my hands up. I got it wrong. Ten Hag got it right. Fred was brilliant today. He deserved full credit for that performance. And another one, Casemiro. Casemiro, man. Like, people doubted him. Listen, whether you like Casemiro or not, whether you think it was the right signing or not, he's still a world-class player. He's top 2 in his position in the league with Rodri from Man City. And that performance, listen, that's what you want from a 6 or a defensive midfielder against a top 6 side. His ball-winning capabilities, his tackling, his experience is key. Because I think, let me just double-check this here. He got a yellow card in the 52nd minute. And he got taken off in the 87th minute. So that was that 35 minutes you were playing on a yellow card. And listen, it didn't feel like he was playing on a yellow card kind of thing. There was a couple fouls he made, a couple tactical fouls that he made, which was brilliant. And that's something I always criticize United for. I don't think we have players intelligent enough to see our games kind of thing. Just even our in-game intelligence, like we saw it against Brighton, Brentford first 2 games of the season. I criticized it. I thought it was shocking. I said United need to be more streetwise. That performance from Casemiro was exactly that. He was brilliant. Listen, Harry Kane, he's top 2 strikers in the Premier League. There's no doubt about it. And Lisandro Martinez and Rashford Varane had him on lock. Because Harry Kane lost possession more times than he completed passes today. How many defenders can you say have done that to Harry Kane? You have to give them immense credit. And I thought Martinez especially, I think he was the key in terms of stopping Harry Kane. Because you saw it every single time Harry Kane was near, bang, Martinez was there. Bang, Martinez was there. And that intensity, aggression levels that he plays at is incredible. And that's what I said the other day. Like, obviously, you can doubt Martinez's height all you want, even though no one's talking about it, funnily enough, now. But that aggressive level that he plays at, we've lacked for so long. You could argue Harry Maguire's aggressive, but he can never time his tackles right kind of thing. And Martinez does that down to a T. And even like in terms of aerially, sometimes Martinez is never going to win the header, but the way he just touches you on the back kind of thing, just kind of throws you off guard as an attacker. And he does that so well. Immense credit to Martinez. And I thought Varane, listen, I think today was a game for Varane kind of thing. I said I don't think he should start against Newcastle, but today everything dealt with it. Solid performance. Listen, credit to De Gea as well. Credit to De Gea because I think in the lead up to the Bruno goal, he saved a very important chance for Harry Kane. That's probably Harry Kane's best chance in the game when the ball was on the back post. And listen, De Gea made the save. I don't think he was an amazing save. I need to watch it back, I'll be honest. But he dealt with it. And listen, I thought overall he was fine today. I think Luke Shaw as well. Luke Shaw deserves immense credit. I said it. I think he's Manchester United's best left back. I like Malacia, but I think there's levels to the game. As I said, I think Luke Shaw's technically more secure than Malacia. I don't know how people would disagree. You saw it with Luke Shaw striking that volley in the first half. Boy, his technical levels are a joke. He's one of the most technically gifted players in our side. And I think the last couple of games, you can see we're keeping the ball much better. Down that left-hand side, I still thought he looked a bigger threat than Sancho, who I thought was probably one of our it's harsh to say because we won 2-0 and we were flawless, but probably one of our negatives if I had to pick any. But I thought Luke Shaw, again, phenomenal. Over 110 touches in the game, 90% pass accuracy, created chances, brilliant. I thought Dalot on the other side was really impressive as well. I thought him, Anthony, everyone knows I criticized Anthony quite a lot recently, but I think that was much better from Anthony. You saw it every single time, a bit aggressive. Like even for the goal that Bruno Fernandes scored, I think Anthony was the one that really got the ball, drove at. Who was it? Perisic, by the way. Anthony had the guy on absolute toast the entire game. You saw it in the first half as well. Like Anthony, down that side, brilliant. Full credit to him. Rashford was a funny performance. Like, obviously, he missed a couple big chances. For Hugo Lloris, by the way, brilliant. It was sensational stopping at Rashford. But obviously, Rashford should have done better with the header, the ball that Fred played in the first half. But overall, I thought Rashford was a handful. Like, I know what... Listen, the end of the game was 0 goal contributions, missed a couple big chances. But I thought his overall game, his movement, he was a nuisance kind of thing. And I said it with Rashford, like, I still think Rashford's built off the left. But what you get up top is just him running kind of thing. No matter what, that's going to cause defenders trouble. It's hard to defend against people that run. Because you just don't know where they're going to be kind of thing. And you saw Rashford sometimes on the left-hand channel, right-hand side behind Ben Davies and stuff. He caused them a couple of problems. Unlucky not to go away with a goal because of a couple brilliant Hugo Lloris saves. But listen, the game is a game. But that's one thing I do criticize about United. United in the first half had 19 shots. And I'll be honest, other than a Rashford shot and that Casemiro long shot, and even though I wouldn't really count that as a proper chance kind of thing, the Casemiro one, our shot selection, especially in the first half, was relatively poor. That's something we do need to work on. Even against who was it? Anomia, whatever they call it. I always butcher that name. I think we had a lot of shots, but the quality of shots need to be better. Because I think even in the first half, we walked out the first half with over 19 shots and an XG was just above 1. I think that's something Erik ten Hag needs to work on. And that's not just a forward issue, man. That's a team issue. Like, you even saw with Fred today. Fred, I think, in the first half had like 5 shots. Come on, man. Like, our shot selection has to be better. Even Bruno once in the first half, I remember, I think he should have gone out to Dalot. Sometimes you just have to play the extra pass kind of thing, innit? But listen, United are going to learn that, but we did well. United deserve every single bit of credit because I'll be honest, like, there weren't any point in the game where I was like, yeah, Spurs are going to hurt us kind of thing. We dealt with them. Antonio Conte didn't really change much up, which I'll say surprised me. But listen, man, that's Conte for you. And we deserve it every bit of credit, kind of. Ten Hag deserves every single bit of credit for the team lineup. You got it spot on. And listen, I think that's our best performance under Erik ten Hag. There's a lot of positives to take in my eyes. I think I'm genuinely speechless after that performance. Like, that's probably one of the most enjoyable United games I've seen in a very, very long time. Very long time. Oh, yeah, when it's to talk on Sancho quickly. I'll be honest, I thought Sancho, even though he got an assist, was probably arguably the worst out of the front three. I think there was one time in the first half where I really saw him drive at Matt Doherty, but I think overall I felt like Luke Shaw was the bigger threat from the left-hand side, in my personal opinion, kind of thing. But listen, as I said, I've spoken enough about Sancho over the last couple of weeks. We won. I don't really want to focus on the negatives. I think we just deserve immense credit, kind of thing, because that was a tough game. Tottenham had lost one game before this season, before they played us. And listen, yeah, that's another game at Old Trafford where we're beating one of the biggest sides. We're beating Arsenal at Old Trafford. We're beating Liverpool. We're beating Tottenham. Full credit. And listen, our goal difference is finally up to 0 now. 15 goals scored, 15 goals conceded, and another clean sheet. Can't ask for much more, kind of thing, innit? 4 points away for Spurs with the game in hand. Interesting. We beat Chelsea on the weekend. We're on 22 points. Would have played the game more than Man City. But listen, man, City on 23. We're on 19. If I said 10 games into the season, we would have been 4 points away from City. I'm biting your hand off, kind of thing, innit? I think this has been a solid start from United. I know a lot of people are going to disagree, but listen, 6 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses from a very difficult start. I can't complain. Listen, man, I'm happy. You should be happy. And if you're happy, make sure you guys like the video, innit? Make sure you guys like the video, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll be back soon with a bit more of a detailed match reaction. I don't even know what to call it. A bit more detailed reaction to the game, kind of thing, innit? But listen, enjoy, man. Enjoy. I'm buzzing, man.